What's going on? It's your boy John. Today is the 10th of July 2016. I want to give a big shout to my nephew Corey. Happy birthday. How's everyone doing today? Hopefully better than you were yesterday. I want to talk to just a couple of people. It's intended for everyone to hear, but just a few of y'all to make some internal changes. Because if you know me, I like to plant seeds and keep it moving, and it's up to you to use whatever information or whatever questions is posed to you. It's up to you to ponder on it and allow it to make some sort of change in your life or even in your mind. Okay, number one, here's who I want to talk to. Uncle Ruckus. Uncle Ruckus, I want to talk to you because I've heard you and a whole lot of other people like you say, well, I think there should be some sort of purge or now I'm talking to Uncle, I'm talking to black people, okay, who I've heard this say or who I've heard say this. I want all these people on welfare or all the poor people to be wiped out. All middle class people to be wiped out. I think there should be a purge. Are you effing kidding me? What about your family and friends who could have, and I'm not talking about the people who abuse this system, okay? I'm talking about people who fell on hard times and just have to rely on government assistance for a short amount of time, right? So you're gonna say, well, we ought to, there's an exception to the rule, yeah, but how you gonna gauge that? How you gonna gauge the intent of somebody's heart? Anyway. So my message to you is, like I said, are you considering your friends and family who fell on hard times and had to rely on government assistance for a short amount of time? Are you considering the people who who, I'm not trying to be politically correct, I'm just trying to find the right words for you idiots I'm talking to today. And again, I'm not everyone I'm talking to or who's watching this. Don't take it to heart if it don't apply to you, all right? So back to Uncle Ruckus. What about the people who who just made some different decisions in life and aren't in positions to generate an income above the poverty level? All right, I'm gonna leave that alone. Let me talk to these other geniuses today whose perception, because our perception are like our elbows, right? We all have them, and they're all at from different angles. These other geniuses who see exactly what's going on and still refuse to acknowledge whether or not, no, that is wrong, morally wrong, okay, period. So I have a few white friends who either call me, text me, or inbox me, or invite me out for a beer or something like that because they want to sit down and they want to understand why a majority of us blacks, why are a lot of us upset about a lot of things, especially not only the court system that is flawed, not only the police force that if you do your homework, you'll know how it came about. We're not only pissed off about that, but here's some of the questions that's being asked of me. Hey, John, damn it, my battery. Okay. Hey, John, I'm not understanding because I come from a place where these things are different, where my brothers, my sons, my grandfather, my great-grandfather, my father hasn't been targeted and abused and exploited and killed for seemingly no reason. And I can't understand why you guys are upset about these things. So I sit down and, I talk to them. And there's a difference between somebody who's asking questions for clarification, or if someone's asking questions so they could try to bait you for a debate. I handle those two types of people differently. So I answer them, and we sit down and have a civil conversation. And whether or not their perception is changed is solely up to them and their openness. Because I'll never know, me as a black man, as a 46-year-old black man, I'll never know how it is for, and that's my mother calling, I'll never know how it is for me and my brothers or nephews or uncles or father or grandfather to not be targeted and abused and hurt and put in bondage and slavery and killed. So, all those things. I'll never know how it's not, I'll never know how not to feel that way and not to experience that, because, sorry, my skin color and my lineage does not allow me to feel that or experience that type of history, right? Okay. Now I want to talk to some of you so-called Masons out there. Me, myself, I am a Mason, okay? When some things jump off and the things that we said we were gonna do,
right, exactly.
It does not matter.
Okay, but I'll try to call you after church, okay?
It doesn't matter.
Okay, all right.
If someone's in trouble, if someone's in distress, if someone needs assistance, it doesn't matter who you're affiliated with. Your obligation as a man is to help, period. And I'm gonna leave it right there. We can't even come together, and I'm talking about seriously together, because of some foolishness and because of egos and because of, well, you live on the other side of the street or you live on the other side of the railroad tracks. Now I'm talking about black folks and white folks and brown folks and yellow folks and green folks, just in case they decide to come from another planet and land here on Earth. But you see what I'm saying? We can't even come together, or we choose not to come together because of petty differences, right? And a lot of things can't get built and put together because of 3 letters. EGO. Men, get yourself together. How are you impacting the next generation coming along? Because these, and y'all heard me say this in videos several times, these kids are youth. They're the ones who's going to be either pushing us around in wheelchairs later on, or putting us in nursing homes later on, or supporting our businesses now and later on, or maybe even breaking into your house and stealing your car. Black, white, yeah, it don't matter. Get rid of the ego, man. Slow down. See what's going on around you and look and try. And I'll say try, right? Because my grandmother used to always tell me to try is to succeed. So try to look at things from a different perspective. Yes, I'm pissed because there's too many stupid people who's getting passes out there. Like I have a very good friend, right? White guy. We went to high school together. So this is well over 20 years. Well over 20 years of friendship, right? His dad's a civil servant, firefighter, New York City, lieutenant. My mom's a retired nurse. We've hugged each other's moms. So this is how close we are. We ate at each other's dinner tables, okay? So I saw him put a post on Facebook, and I normally post and go, right? I might like a couple of things, but I normally post and go. So I saw that he put on Facebook, hey, this is my third train headed headed home from the city, and I stopped and I thanked every police officer for their service, and I said I hope they have a safe weekend and they get home safely. Now this is this morning while I'm getting myself together to go where I'm going, to church right now, right? And I said to myself, because I'm gonna give him a call later on, I said to myself, did you or do you stop every black man or brown man and wish him the same thing? Yo, I hope you get home safely. Appreciate your service. Well, what do you mean appreciate your service? Whose backs was this country built on? Personal opinion, personal perspective. Some people don't understand some things because they haven't gone through them, because they haven't affected them directly. Family, friends, whatever. I mean, even a situation on the train. Me, him, an Asian friend of ours on the train, leaving the city, going back to Queens. Yeah, we're teenagers. We're in high school. We're doing dumb stuff. Police stops all three of us, but gives me a harder time than them. And they're standing around and wondering why I was pissed when a police officer left. But they knew. They was like, yo, Jay, that was wrong. That's jacked up. Yeah, exactly. So we shouldn't forget these things. When I say we shouldn't forget these things, if you're witnessing these things and it does hit close to home, friend, family, whatever, and it's wrong, my question is this to everyone who I'm talking to. What are you going to do about it? What's the solution? We talk all day long. We have roundtable discussions all day long. My question is, what are you going to do about it? Planting seeds today. I'll be raking leaves next week. I'll be pruning very soon. But the harvest is coming from the seeds that I'm planting and everyone else who are planting and working in the fields to make things a whole lot better. It's your boy John. I'm out. I love you. I'm pissed. I'm angry. I'm more disappointed at these super geniuses out there who are like, man, come on, man. This can't be. No, this ain't happening. Not this can't be happening. This ain't happening. It's your boy John. I'm out, man. Don't forget, God loves you. I love you. Have a great day. Encourage somebody. Tell them you love them. Do something differently today, man. Encourage someone to be better. I'm out. Bro Pillar, what's up? Ma, how you doing? Love you. I'm out of here, man. Kato, what's up? Peace.